What's up, guys? This your boy, Mr. I-240. I'm back with another banger today. Hey, y'all. I just want to say, before I get started, I want to thank y'all for the love the page been getting. Also, I just dropped the Ultimate Warrior. Well, I dropped this day, but today, Friday, while we record, I just dropped that Ultimate Warrior junk. Go check that junk out. There's some fire heat, some fire content. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I got a blueprint there with my lovely girlfriend and stuff like that. But besides that, most important, you know what I'm saying, I want to give thanks to God. One of y'all called Jesus Christ, Yahweh, or Jabba Dot, you know what I'm saying? As my boy LaPrada say, if it weren't for him, won't be no page, won't be no Yah. If it weren't for him, won't be no me, won't be no page, won't be no Yah. You know what I'm saying? Today I just wanted to film this the Sid Vicious jump. I was gonna record the Santa jump, but I'm like, nah, I really want to record this Sid Vicious jump today right now. And I'm gonna record the Cena next week. Trust me, the Cena John is written already and stuff like that. I just gotta record, you know what I'm saying? I just wanna continue to give y'all consistent content and stuff like that. I just wanna say I really love y'all. I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's so crazy that I feel like this is the only time I can just really be comfortable or just be myself is when I come on here and just record and express or record this type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's like therapeutic or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to say thank y'all, you know what I'm saying, to all the 754 subscribers. I love y'all, appreciate y'all. I just hope the videos hit home, you know what I'm saying, whether it's career wise, spiritually wise. I just want it all to come together, you know what I'm saying, because like I always say in the video, life is hard, times is hard, you know what I'm saying, with everything going on right now, whether you got Venezuelan gangs, wars, the presidential debate. They already heard next year gonna be massive job cuts, you know what I'm saying? And we guys stay prayed up, read the word, and keep God first, you know what I'm saying? Because times is hard. We hear it. You know what I'm saying? The tribulation, if you read the Bible, I ain't got to this, but I've been seeing it on YouTube, stuff like that. In my spare time, I watch YouTube and religious stuff like that before I get on here and get out, you know what I'm saying? We are here. And sometimes you're gonna need each other. You're gonna need each other, your family, your loved ones, and people around you that believe in God, you know, just as much as you is. And I ain't talking about the one in the light. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, let's get into the video. Y'all just know that Sid Vicious just passed away. I didn't even know the man had cancer. You know what I'm saying? He was 63 years old. I guess 63, 64. Y'all let me know in the comments. Yeah, cancer, you know what I'm saying? He was surrounded by his wife, Sabrina Page, I think that's her name. I think they had grandkids. You know his son Frank was on the, I would say the Longest Yard, Big Brother, the TV show, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And stick our prayers out to the family and them, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, with stuff like that, you never know when it's time, your time to go, you know what I'm saying? So that way you gotta keep God first. I don't care how much money you got, how many girls you got, how much whatever you got. You know what I'm saying? You cannot forget God, and a lot of us can't forget God and Jesus. Even myself, you know what I'm saying, can get caught up within it. You know what I'm saying? And cause you need them more now than that. You need them more than you think you do. Cause this world ain't going back to normal. You know what I'm saying? I just hope my man's had a good relationship with the man above. You know, he seemed like he was a small town dude that stayed in Marion, Arkansas, which is across the bridge from me right now. You know, it was a tough loss, for sure. Not only for us as wrestling fans, but as for their families. So yeah, put perspective on these stuff. That's why I do these type of episodes, to put perspective. And I always highlight a career, but it's always something to come together. But with that being said, my man's was a 6-time world champion. He was a 2-time WWE champion, WCW champion, 2-time WCW champion. He was 1-time USWA champion. So my boy was always in the main event, even though he wasn't the best wrestler at times, but he was good on the mic. He always stayed in the main event mid-card picture. He was never just really the opener like that. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, let's get started. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, let's get started. His early career, from 1987 to 1999. Sid entered wrestling after encounter with Randy Savage and his brother Lanny Poffo. That's the genius, of course. After he was trained by Tojo Yamato, Sid made his debut and teamed up with Austin Idol and wrestled the team of Nick Bockwinkel and Jerry Lawler. He began his career in Continental Championship Wrestling in 1987 under the Masked Wrestler Lord Humongous. On Christmas Day, here's another story. On Christmas Day, he won the NWA Southern Heavyweight Championship, the Northeast Division, by advancing to be the title holder. Later, he turned into a fan favorite by rekindling a childhood friendship with Shane Douglas, resulting in the two forming a tag team, capturing the NWA Southeastern Tag Team Championship. He competed in New Japan Wrestling, where he challenged Tasanumi Fujinami for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship under the name Vicious Warrior, but was unable to win the title. Sid then made a very brief stint in World-Class Championship Wrestling, where he adopted one of the most notable ring names that stuck with him to the end of his career. Sid Vicious, where he took from the punk rock musician of the same name who played bass for the Sex Pistols. NWA 1989-1991. And the Skyscrapers. In 1989, Sid signed with World Championship Wrestling and retained the Sid Vicious ring name. He made his televised debut in WCW by defeating Dwayne Bruce on the June 17, 1999 episode of Pro. Originally slated as a single wrestler, Sid was eventually paired up with Danny Spivey, which was Waylon Mercy, to form the Skyscrapers, and were managed by Teddy Long. The Skyscrapers feuded with the Road Warriors and the Steiner Brothers. During the time, he incorporated the Powerbomb as his finishing move. The team was short-lived. However, Sid was replaced by Mark Calloway, Undertaker, after suffering a broken rib and a punctured lung during the match with the Steiner Brothers on November 15th, Clash of Champions. I don't know what number it is, but you know what I mean. Then, of course, the 1990-1991 run, when he joined the Four Horsemen. After his recovery, Sid was introduced on May 11, 1990 edition of the NWA Power Hour as the newest member of Ric Flair Four Horsemen. Sid was the muscle of the group, initially brought in to counteract the strength of the RoboCop at Capital Combat. I think this one, RoboCop had teamed up with Sting or some shit. His first televised match back was a 26-second loss to Lex Luger on June 13th at the Clash of Champions after the referee performed a fast 3 count as one of the Horsemen. Sid feuded with Paul Orndorff in the Junkyard Dog. He attacked NWA World Heavyweight Champion Sting following the Champions title match at the Clash of Champions in September, setting up his first feud as a singles wrestler on October 27th at Halloween Havoc. A fake Sting buried with him in conclusion with Sid let Sid pin him after switching places with the real Sting in order for Sid to win the belt. They were thwarted when the real Sting came out and beat Sid to retain the title. Sid, associated with the Horsemen, became tenuous following episode when he began a face run on November 20th when he defeated the Night Stalker at the Clash of Champions Thanksgiving Thunder. On December 16th, the Skyscrapers had a short-lived reunion when Sid and former partner Danny Spivey defeated Big Cat in the Motor City Madame at Starrcade. Following this match, Sid made an abrupt return to heel, squashing Joey Maggs at the Clash of Champions. On January 3rd of 1991, he returned to full-fledged Horseman activity, participating in War Games on February 24th at Wrestle War. The Horsemen split up in April, during which time he entered negotiations with the WWF. Despite a huge contract offer and a promise of World Championship run, Sid announced his intentions to leave WCW. Damn. Man, Bill Watts at the time was trash. Y'all let me know if Bill Watts was running the company in the early 90s. Cause that man said, I'm out. Peace. Peace out, nigga. Pew. Alright. So the World Wrestling Federation, the first run, that 1 year. At Superstars taping May 28, 1991, Sid made his debut in an untelevised segment attacking the Mountie. Following the Mountie open offer on June 8th of Primetime Wrestling, vignettes began airing promotions of his WWF debut, introducing him as Sid Justice. Sid made his debut on WWF television on July 20th, episode of Superstars. On August 26th at SummerSlam. On August 26th at SummerSlam, he served as the special guest referee in the handicap match, pitting the Ultimate Warrior and the WWF champion Hulk Hogan against the Triangle Terror, which was Sergeant Slaughter, Colonel Mustafa, and General Aiden. Later that night, Sid saved Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth from an attack of Jake Roberts and The Undertaker in the newlywed couple reception. During this time, Sid defeated Kato in his first televised match on September 21st on the episode of Superstars. Then, of course, they want fast forward. Sid competed for the vacant WWF Championship. This one, Undertaker beat Hulk Hogan at Survivor Series thanks to Ric Flair, and then they had like the second match at the Texas Tornado thing. Y'all know the event. Put it in the comments. I think it was like a controversy in it, so Jack Tunney had vacated the belt. So he competed for the WWF Championship in the Royal Rumble match on January 19, 1992. Sid entered at number 29 and was among the four wrestlers along with Hogan, Randy Savage, and Ric Flair. Before he eliminated both Savage and then Hogan, leaving himself in Flair. So this one, Sid Vicious said Hulk Hogan was player hating on him. Because, the Hogan buzz by the early 90s was slick dying. It was slick trash. We was in that Tupac era, the Red Hot Chili Pepper. We wanted something new, something fresh. Now, from what he said, if I remember, he said Hogan got jealous of the fans cheering for Sid more than they were cheering for Hogan. That's what he said. I gotta find the video when I screenshot on here. So yeah, he eliminated I'll leave off it. So yeah, it was him and Ric Flair in the ring. Oh yeah, okay. This before leaving himself and Flair in the ring. Hogan was still at ringside after being eliminated because Hogan was jealous of that shine and grabbed Sid by the arm and tried to pull him over the ropes, giving Ric Flair the leverage and the chance to grab Sid Vicious's legs and throw him out of the ring and win the match. This one, Ric Flair, and he said him and Ted DiBiase or somebody had got drunk the night before. And Ric Flair was in the Royal Rumble for 60 minutes. So, Ric Flair became the new WWF champion. Less than a week later, on January 25th, on the episode of Superstars, WWF President Jack Tunney held a press conference to determine Ric Flair's opponent at WrestleMania 8. Before Tunney revealed his decision, Sid stood up as if Tony called his name. Yet Sid enunciation. Tunney chose Hogan, giving him a menacing glance in Hogan's direction and calling Tunney's decision bogus. Sid later apologized to Hogan and teamed up with him to face Undertaker and Ric Flair on Saturday Night Main Event. During the match, after he double clothesline Undertaker and Ric Flair, Hogan reached for the tag. Sid said, "Peace out." "Hell no, I'm out," and walked out of the match, turning heel in the process. Hogan won the match by disqualification. Then, of course, on the February 23rd episode of the Wrestling Challenge, Sid appeared as a guest on the Brutus Beefcake, the barbershop, knowing that Hulk Hogan, Beefcake longtime real friend, was not in the ring. Sid threatened Beefcake, because he finna punch him in the face. He had that record stuff like that. Stuff like this. Sid did this. Sid threatened Beefcake and chased him off the set before destroying the barbershop with a chair. Later that night, Hogan was scheduled to battle Sid and not the WWF champion Ric Flair at WrestleMania. WrestleMania 8. Sid acquired Harvey Whippleman as a manager. And that match was trash. I ain't gonna cap. That wasn't it. Hell no. It should have been Randy Savage versus Ric Flair in the main event. Or hell, I would have took Undertaker versus Jake Roberts. But that wasn't it. Then we got the skinny Ultimate Warrior. Hell no. So he required Harvey Whippleman as a manager and began a post-match gimmick where he would further kayfabe injure his defeated opponents with one or more power bombs, and sometimes after the defeated wrestler placed on a stretcher, following up by grabbing the stretcher and running it into the fixture, such as a ring post or a guardrail. Prior to his WrestleMania match with Hogan, Sid failed a drug test, but he was allowed to do the match. Then he went on a European tour, after which he was told he was going to serve his suspension. At WrestleMania 8 on April 5th, Sid lost to Hogan by disqualification, where Harvey Whippleman jumped into the ring to get involved. After the match, Sid and Papa Shango attacked Hogan until the returning Ultimate Warrior stormed the ring and saved Hogan. Okay. After the WrestleMania, Sid was about to embark on a feud with Ultimate Warrior. The story was being that Sid was angry at Warrior for saving Hogan at WrestleMania 8. Sid wrestled Warrior at 2 house shows, both which Warrior won by disqualification. After wrestling Warrior in Boston, Massachusetts, Sid voluntarily quit the company due to disagreements with the Warrior and WWF manager, in particular about the outcome of his match with Warrior. The WWF replaced Sid with Papa Shango in the feud with Warrior. We all know them matches were trash. I'm sorry. Dookie Slow. So, he returned to WCW back in 1993 for a year. On May 23rd, Sid with Undy, his real name, he used Sid Vicious. Sid Justice became Sid Vicious again when he returned to WCW as a mystery competitor of the Colonel Robert Parker against Van Hammer at Slamboree. That summer, he teamed up with Big Van Vader and restarted his feud with Sting on September 19th at Fall Brawl. They did the little promo on the beach when British Bulldog and Sting teamed up. So on September 19th at Fall Brawl, Sting team was Sting, David Boy Smith, Dustin Rhodes, and the Sharkmaster. We all know about the Sharkmaster. He tripped through the wall. He was trying to make his big debut, and he tripped through the screen or the fake wall. And they defeated Sting team of Sid, Vader, and the debuting Harlem Heat in War Games match at Halloween Havoc on October 24th. Sid faced Sting but was defeated by a roll-up. So, here we go. Sid was scheduled to challenge then WCW World Heavyweight Champion Vader at Starrcade. However, Sid was released from his contract due to the altercation with Arn Anderson during the WCW. They say he used the scissors, I think, or the knife, whatever, on WCW Tour of Europe. Sid and Anderson was involved in an argument at a hotel bar in the English town of the Blackburn on October 27, 1993. Anderson threatened Sid with a broken bottle after being sent to their rooms by security Doug Dillinger. Sid came to Anderson's room and attacked him with a chair leg. Anderson retaliated with a pair of scissors. Sid received 4 stab wounds, and Anderson received 20, losing a pint and a half of blood in the process. The fight was broken up by fellow wrestler Two-Core Scorpio, who was credited with saving Anderson's life. Neither man pressed charges on each other. The British police declined to do since both men will soon be leaving the country. Damn, I don't know what was said, but there was some real gangster issue. You got chairs, scissors. Shoot, you would have thought you had Edward Scissorhands versus Freddy Krueger. God damn, that ain't it. I hope they squashed the beef before Sid died, though. Then you got the USWAF. After his departure from WCW, Sid moved back to the universe. I guess Memphis. Moved to United States Wrestling Association in Memphis, where he began feuding with his old rival Jerry King Lawler. On July 16, he won the promotion's Unified World Heavyweight Championship by forfeit when Lawler, who had been attacked and injured by Sid earlier in the card, could not appear for the scheduled match. While Lawler was able to defeat Sid in non-title matches, Sid was able to retain his title in several championship defenses through screw jobs initiated by the Spellbinder, his ally at the time. Sid also participated in the UWF Blackjack Brawl in September 1994, challenging Dr. Death Steve Williams for the UWF Heavyweight Championship. On February 6, Lawler won the UWF Championship back from Sid. Later, the two men were tag partners again on August 30th, 1996. 1996? I'm pretty sure they meant 1995. Sid won the title back, on August 30th. Was it? Because Jerry King Lawler was back and forth. Okay, you're right. I'm right. I'm tripping. So again, on August 3rd, 1996, Sid won the title back from Lawler, and on September 2nd, he relinquished the title back to Jerry Lawler. Then we got the return to the WWE of 1997, 1995, 1997. So, on February 20, 1995, Sid, now under the name Psycho Sid, entered the WWE as the bodyguard of Shawn Michaels, along with Jenny McCartney. Sid accompanied Michaels to ringside. It was Pamela Anderson. What the f? It's Pamela Anderson. Get your research right, guys. You don't like Jenny McCartney. No, it's Pamela Anderson. No, Pamela Anderson accompanied Diesel to the ring. My bad. That's my fault. Anyway. Along with Jenny McCartney, Sid accompanied Michaels to ringside for the World Championship against the Den Champion and Michaels' former bodyguard Diesel. Michaels had hit the signature super kick, but Sid had stood on the ring apron and straight to the referee, Earl Hebner, allowing Diesel time to recover. And pinned Michaels after hitting him with the jackknife powerbomb to win the match. They said that WrestleMania was trash. I'm sorry, that wasn't it. I gotta look at the card. It probably was. And retained the title shot. So basically, Diesel had defeated Shawn Michaels to retain the title thanks to Sid Vicious distracting the referee. The next night, Michaels expressed his dissatisfaction with Sid interference and gave him the night off for his rematch against Diesel. In response, Sid yelled at Shawn Michaels and attacked Michaels from behind before hitting him with a powerbomb, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Then Shawn Michaels turned face. Then 2 weeks later, on the April 17th episode of Raw, Ted DiBiase introduced Sid as the crown jewel of the new lineup of the $1 Million Corporation. Sid challenged Diesel to a match for the WWE Championship at the first In Your House match on May 14th, where Diesel won the match by disqualification and thus retained his title when Tatanka interfered after the match. Sid and Tatanka continued to double team Diesel until Bam Bam Bigelow came out and made the save. This one, the $1 Million Corporation had kicked Bam Bam Bigelow out the group. So, at King of the Ring, June 15th, Sid and Tatanka lost to Diesel and Bam Bam Bigelow. So, on July 23rd, Sid faced Diesel once again in the In Your House match in the Lumberjacks for the WWF Championship in a Lumberjack match, which Diesel won to end the feud. Following this, Sid moved on to feud with Shawn Michaels and was scheduled to face him at SummerSlam, but replaced by Razor Ramon at the request of WWF President Gorilla Monsoon, with Ramon challenging Michael for the Intercontinental Championship in the ladder match. Sid was seen watching on the backstage television monitor. On September 5th, episode of Raw, Sid faced Shawn Michaels, but lost after after being hit with 3 super kicks. Then Sid started a brief feud with Henry Godwinn in a victory over Godwinn on September 24th at In Your House triple header. Then, of course, on November 13th episode of Raw, Sid faced Intercontinental Champion Razor Ramon in a non-title match with Razor Ramon friend 123 Kid as the special guest referee. Razor was about to deliver the Razor Edge on Sid, but the 123 Kid helped Sid to avoid it, allowing Sid to pin Razor Ramon after a powerbomb with the Kid making a fast count. This when X-Pac with Sean Waltman turned heel. He turned heel and joined the $1 Million Corporation in the first elimination match at Survivor Series on November 19th. Sid and the corporation leader Ted DiBiase helped 123 Kid pin Marty Jannetty to win and become the sole survivor for his team. Later in the event, Sid randomly teamed up with his rival and sole survivor. He teamed up with his rival Shawn Michaels, the sole survivor for his team. Later in the event, Sid was randomly teamed up with his rival Shawn Michaels, Ahmed Johnson, British Bulldog, to face Yokozuna, Owen Hart, Razor Ramon, and Dean Douglas in a wild card Survivor Series match. Sid was eliminated by Razor Ramon after Michaels hit Sid with a super kick after his elimination. Sid powerbombed Michaels on December 17th in Your House season beating. Razor Ramon and Marty Jannetty defeated Shawn Michaels. Well, Sid got his revenge after powerbomb Shawn Michaels. So In Your House 17 on December 17th, In Your House 5 season beating Razor Ramon and Marty Jannetty defeated Sid and the 123 Kid. Sid and the 123 Kid teamed up the next night to participate in the first ever Raw Bowl, which the Smoking Guns won shortly after that. Sid suffered a serious neck injury and left the WWF. Damn, it's flaggy. Damn. Okay. Alright. So 1996, 1997. Sid was not seen again till July 8th, 1996 on the episode of Raw, under the version of his Sid gimmick. Sid had a straight voice and intense character, prone to a erotically unstable mannerism, such as in his random contemplative stares off into the distance, excessive eye blinking, laughter turned certain seriousness, and menacing fist bumps with the fans during his entrance. In his return, he replaced the Ultimate Warrior, who left the WWF for a 6-man tag team match, teaming with the former rival Shawn Michaels and Ahmed Johnson against Vader and Owen Hart and the British Bulldog in the main event of In Your House 9 International Incident on July 21st, effectively making him a babyface immediately. Sid team lost the match, but the next night on Raw, Sid started a feud with British Bulldog, who he defeated at SummerSlam in 1995 on August 18th. But In Your House Mind Games, September 22nd, during the WWF Championship match between Michaels and Mankind, Michaels went for the pinfall on Mankind until Vader came out and broke it up and attacked him, which got Mankind disqualified. After the match, Mankind and Vader double teamed Michaels until Sid came out and made the save and brawled with Vader backstage. On October 20th, In Your House 11, Buried Alive, Sid defeated Vader despite interference from his manager Jim Cornette, earning him a match against Michaels for the WWF Championship at Survivor Series. Then, of course, we got the infamous moment when he became WWF Champion. Oh, yeah, let me cut my light off. I think it's starting to get dark. Let me cut my light off real quick. Just a second. I think it's starting to get dark around here. There we go. Trying to get dark. Where was it? Oh yeah. So we were talking Survivor Series. So on November 17th, at Survivor Series, Sid grabbed the camera from the operator and prepared to hit Michaels with it. But at the time, Michaels' manager, Jose Lothario, got on the ring apron and told Sid to put the camera down, but he refused and hit Lothario in the chest with it instead. Although this was an act of a heel, the audience cheered wildly for him and booed Michaels, just as they had done in Sid Favor. 4.5 years earlier against Hogan at the Royal Rumble. After dropping the camera and turning around, Michaels hit he hit him with a sweet chin music, then went outside to check on his manager, instead going for the pin. Sid hit Michaels in the back with the camera, then threw him back in the ring before hitting him with the power bomb to win the WWF Championship. So at In Your House 12 each time on December 15th, Sid defended the title against Bret Hart. This when Bret Hart had won his number one contender match against Stone Cold in Survivor Series that same night. Hart made Sid tap out to the sharpshooter, but the referee was knocked out and unable to witness the submission. As Michael was commentating at ringside, Sid and Hart left the ring and started fighting right beside him. After, Sid had pushed Michaels and then climbed back into the ring with Hart. Michaels went to hit Sid, but then later threw Hart into Michaels. He then pinned him after a powerbomb to retain his championship. Boy, Sid was a bad man. So, at the Royal Rumble, January 1997, Sid lost the WWE Championship to Michaels during the match. Sid hit the choke slam on Michaels, repeatedly powerbombed him outside the ring. Jose Lothario got on the ring ropes again and was approached by Sid, but before he could do anything to him, Michaels hit Sid in the face with the camera before knocking him out. Michaels went for the pin, but Sid managed to kick out, only for Michaels to hit him with the sweet chin music to win the WWF Championship. After, of course, we had the I lost my smile crap. We know can't want to put Bret over. Let's be real. So after Michaels forfeited the same title 3 weeks later, a Four Corners Championship elimination title match was held for the vacant championship between Bret Hart, The Undertaker, and the officials Royal Rumble in 1997, even though he cheated because he got eliminated before then, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vader on February 16th, which Hart won. So the next night on Raw, Sid fought Hart for the championship. During the match, Bret Hart had Sid trapped in the sharpshooter submission when Austin, whom Hart had feuded with, came outside of the ring and hit Bret Hart with a steel chair, allowing Sid to hit Hart with the power bomb to win the WWF Championship for the second time. Then, of course, Psycho Sid defended the WWE title against Mankind and Hart. It was just Bret Hart. What the fuck? Y'all niggas is tripping. Okay. Okay. Separate episodes. Okay. Sid successfully defended his titles against Mankind and Hart in a steel cage match. The March 13th and 17th episodes of Raw, respectively. Okay, there we go. So, at WrestleMania 13 on March 23rd, Sid lost the WWF Championship to Undertaker after the interference of Bret Hart. Sid was promoted to wrestle Bret Hart at the April In Your House pay-per-view and Mankind in May. Both matches was canceled after Sid suffered a neck injury. He returned on June 2nd episode of Raw, where he failed to regain the title from The Undertaker. At the King of the Ring, Sid and the Legion of Doom lost to the Hart Foundation in the 6-man tag match after Owen pinned Sid with a roll-up. Sid defeated Owen the next night on Raw before disappearing from television over a month, making a brief final appearance on July 14th despite being promoted as Wrestling Vader at SummerSlam. He was released by the WWF once again to recover from neck injury that will require surgery. Then, of course, we got the independent scene, short, brief run. After being inactive for nearly a year, Sid wrestled on the independent circuit in Mississippi and New Jersey, where he defeated King Kong Bundy at the Eddie Gilbert Memorial Brawl on February 28th. Then of course he had he did Mexico 1999. It was reported on Sky TV WF Textel service that Sid spent a period of time in early 1999 touring Mexico under the name Sid Cyclops. Then of course the ECW run, which was brief, when he just came out talking shit and just destroyed motherfuckers. That's what he did. After some time in the Tennessee independent circuit, Sid debuted in Extreme Championship Wrestling in January 1999, where he had matches with the Dudley Boys, John Cronin, Skull Von Crush, and Justin Credible. He left ECW in May due to monetary problems with the promotion. Then, of course, his second and last run in WCW. The Millennium Man in United States Heavyweight Championship. At the behest of his real-life friends Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, Sid returned to WCW at the Great American Bash, joining Randy Savage Hill stable Team Madness, which had Molly Holly and Medusa. Upon his return, he took the nickname of the Millennium Man and faced the WCW World Heavyweight Champion on July 5th of 1999 on the episode of Nitro. Sid was dubbed as the Undefeated, having a win streak much like Goldberg previously have. Although majority of his streaks were due to Sid coming to the ring and powerbombing wrestlers already in the match, immediately following their match, thus defeating them. So, on September 12, 1999, Sid won his first and only WCW United States Championship from Chris Benoit at Fall Brawl. He began a feud with Goldberg, who challenged him for the United States Heavyweight Championship at Halloween Havoc in a brutal classic I Quit match. Earlier that night, their backstage fighting led to Sid requiring stitches, though he refused to be treated, which led to Sid bleeding openly the entire night. After brawling with Goldberg, a worried Sid lost the match due to excessive bleeding, awarding Goldberg the United States Championship. Goldberg the United States Championship against his opponent's will. Sid lost again to Goldberg in an I Quit match at Mayhem, effectively ending their feud in Sid's streak. WCW later released a VHS home video highlighting Sid return to WCW called Sid Vicious, the Millennium Man. This when we was into 2000, we thought the world was going to end for real. I remember that. That's crazy. So, the 2000, the World Heavyweight Champion. After the Millennium gimmick ran dry, Sid became a face and started contending for the WCW Heavyweight Championship. He was placed in a match at Sold Out in January to fill the suddenly vacant title after Bret Hart was forced to relinquish the title due to concussion. It's when Goldberg kicked him in the head, and Bret Hart bring up the injury every chance he get. Where was he? Okay. Sid would lose to Chris Benoit, but the title was again vacant to Benoit, leaving for WWF the next day. The on-screen explanation was Sid's foot was under the rope during his submission loss. The next week, Sid was presented with a challenge by Kevin Nash, who had become the WCW commissioner, the commissioner of WCW. If he could beat Don and Ron Harris in a match on Monday Nitro, that night he would face Nash for the championship. Sid managed to defeat the Harris brothers and eventually Nash himself to win the WCW Heavyweight Championship. 2 nights later, Nash stripped Sid of the championship due to him not beating the legal Harris brothers in the match on Nitro. A rematch between Sid and Nash was set up, but Sid again defeated Nash on Nitro to win the title for the second time. He later successfully defended the title at Super Brawl 2000 in a 3-way match against Scott Hall and Jeff Jarrett. At Uncensored, Sid defended his title against Jeff Jarrett thanks in part of help from the returning Hulk Hogan, which set up a match for the following night, pitting Sid and Hogan versus Jarrett and Scott Steiner. During the course of the match, Sid turned heel and attacked Hogan. Due to his being incensed, the fans were chanting Hogan's name. He chokeslammed Hogan and forced the referee to count Hogan being pinned. although official result was no contest. This apparently might have been the setup for the match in the upcoming Spring Stampede pay-per-view in April. Shortly after this, the WCW began a new blood angle, and Sid, along with the other WCW champions at the time, was stripped of his championship. He did not play a large role in the angle that followed, and was kept off television for several months. He would use the time off to undergo shoulder surgery. Alright. He returned late in the year as a challenger for Scott Steiner WCW World Heavyweight Championship, but Sid failed to defeat Steiner in their title match at Starrcade. On January 14, 2001, at the WCW pay-per-view Sin in Indianapolis at Conseco Fieldhouse, Sid faced Steiner, Jeff Jarrett, and Road Warrior Animal in the Four Corners match for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. During the match, he suffered a near-career injury when the leg was folded like a presser. He suffered a near-career injury. WCW executive John Larry Knight allegedly felt that Sid needed to do a high-flying move and suggested he try an aerial maneuver despite his unwillingness, because Sid didn't want to do it. Sid felt like it was unnecessary for a wrestler his size to do a high spot and did not feel comfortable doing it. During the match, Sid suffered a leg fracture following his leap from the second turnbuckle in an attempt to big boot Steiner. This had him awkwardly landing all his weight on one foot while kicking with the other. Severely fractured the leg on which he landed on. Sid broke his left leg in half, snapping both the tibia and the fibula, if I'm pronouncing it right, with at least one of the bones breaking through the skin. Rotating his foot without his input at 90 degrees anti-clockwise. The fracture was too graphic for many television stations to re-air, although it was shown on the following Nitro. The injury put Sid out of action immediately. He pondered retiring from the wrestling for good. And he said, "I had about a year left on my contract, and I was thinking back then, prior to hurting my leg, what was I going to do as far as wrapping my career up? The only thing I really want to do, ideally, is to go out in a big pay-per-view like a WrestleMania or something like that. Something like that main event. Lead like that and not come back again. It will really be the retirement match." A 17-inch, 43-centimeter rod was placed in his leg during the two-hour surgery for a while. Sid would use a cane to walk. Sid later sued WCW, claiming that he was made to jump off the second top rope against his objections. The injury forced a plot and change in the Super Bowl Revenge event. The main event was supposed to be Kevin Nash, Diamond Dallas Page, and Sid versus Scott Steiner, Jeff Jarrett, and Road Warrior Animal, but was rewritten for Kevin Nash versus Scott Steiner. Sid left WCW before WCW was closed down in the following months after the final episode of Monday Nitro on March 26, 2001. That was the last time we seen my boy wrestle. Until... we ain't gotta talk about the cover and all this. You know what I'm saying? But he did make an appearance on the episode of Raw, one of the Raw anniversary episodes when Heath Slater had the open challenge. You know what I'm saying? And he had wrestled Heath Slater with all the legends in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Because Heath Slater was supposed to face Lita, but Lita had an idea and she chose Sid. And of course, like I said, his son named Frank appeared on on Big Brother, you know what I'm saying? You letting folks know Sid was his father. They say Sid loved the baseball too. He used to love softball. Then of course, on August 26, 2024, Sid had died of cancer at the age of 63. So, my boy had a illustrious career. I just hope, like I said before all this, I just hope my boy have a good relationship with the Lord. I just hope he ain't died in sin and stuff like that, because let's be real, man. We got folks out here dropping like flies, you know what I'm saying? You got the Beat King, you got the Fat Man Scoop, you just had Rich Homie Corn, who passed out from an overdose, you know what I'm saying? So you got to, you know, like I said, I don't care how much money you got, how much fame you got, you cannot forget God, you know what I'm saying? If I gotta do all that to be famous, if I gotta do all that to be famous and I gotta forget the Lord, I don't even want it. Cause at the end of the day, shoot, this money, these clothes, this fashion, this table, this couch, ain't none of this stuff going with us. At the end of the day, that's why you gotta keep God in your life, man. If you ain't got God, you ain't got nothing. And that's just being real. But with that being said, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm out.